Ninjago has had many great sets throughout its run, ranging from a variety of different prices, but what about those sets at the lower end of the spectrum? Hey guys, H-Masters here, and today we're counting down the top 10 LEGO Ninjago sets under $20. Kohls Dragon came out in winter 2016 as a part of the Skybound wave, and it was a very good set for only $10. When the set came out, it featured a lot of just articulation, and it came with an exclusive Zane Jin blade. It also came with two minifigures, being the Skybound version of Cole and Squiffy, and the dragon in general just was really good. Although it was at a small scale, it featured a ton of articulation, and there was a lot of playability you could get from it. And it was just an overall really solid set, and it was very cheap and very affordable, and a lot of people could get it. The Ice Dragon Attack came out in winter of 2011 as a part of the pilot season of Ninjago, and it featured the Ice Dragon, the original Ice Dragon. Now this was a pretty good dragon. There was lots of cool features. For example, the main feature was that you could squeeze the dragon's head and launch a ice ball to sort of act as the dragon's breath and pretend to freeze things, and it also came with the shurikens of ice. The set came with two minifigures, being Zane DX and Crazy. But the real thing that holds this set down is just a lack of balance. The set really doesn't have all that great of a part the price ratio, and the balance in the set's just really off, with there being one villain minifigure which isn't even fully armored running away with the shurikens of ice versus Zane and a dragon. And that's really what holds this down and keeps it at the number 9 spot. However, the set though is pretty good, and especially for its time, it was a very good set, and it was only $20. Kohls Earth Driller was released in 2013 as a part of the final battle wave, and it featured Kohls Earth Driller. Now of course, the main thing about Kohls Earth Driller that really set it apart from anything else is just the Earth Driller itself. We don't have anything else like this in Ninjago, and the function is just great of it. As you know, as it rolls, the drill will roll along with it, and it moves, so you can really get a lot of playability out of that, pretending to drill through things as you move it around. It's just a very playable set. The set came with Cole and the kimono, which was exclusive to this set, and it also came with the Stone Swordsman. In addition, it came with the Elemental Blade of Earth, which was not exclusive to the set, but it was the only way to get it without getting the Temple of Light. And just in general, this was an all-around solid set. The Skull Motorbike is another set from winter of 2011 from the pilot season of Ninjago. This set featured, of course, the Skull Motorbike, and the main thing about this set was it had a feature where you could launch an entire skull part at whatever person you'd be fighting, in this case, Jay. The set did come with the Golden Nunchucks of Lightning, the original version of Jay, and Chop-Off, although interestingly enough, in these finalized pictures it actually shows Frank Shaw, but the set did come with Chop-Off. But overall, this was just a very good set and a very good value, and there wasn't really much of a way you could go wrong with it. The Kai Fighter came out in the winter wave of 2014 as a part of the rebooted series, and it came with the Kai Fighter. Now basically the Kai Fighter was just a jet which had some pretty good features. For example, it had flick fire missiles, which aren't too crazy, but the main feature was that there was this little button in the back that you could push in, and the wings would fold back, and that was really cool. It reminded a lot of people of Jay's Stormfighter, and it was just a really cool feature in general. The set also came with the rebooted version of Kai, General Cryptor, which was a big deal since he was the main Ninjroid, but the only other set he came in was the $90 Ninjroid Mech Dragon, so this was a nice cheap way to get him. And it also came with Kai's Technoblade. Overall, the Kai Fighter was a very solid set for only $20, and there wasn't a whole lot wrong with it, but it wasn't the best one out there. The Electro Mech, or more commonly known as Jay's Electro Mech, came out in winter of 2015 as a part of the Tournament of Elements wave. This set was only $15 and featured Jay's Electro Mech, along with the small little contraption for one of the villains, better known as Chop. Jay's Electro Mech itself had a lot of articulation, 2 stud shooters, in a feature very similar to the Kai Fighter, where the little blades in the back would be able to move up and down by pushing a sort of like piston in the back. The set came with 2 minifigures, both of them being exclusive to the set, the tournament version of Jay and Chop, and it also came with a small little contrivance for Chop to give him a little bit of a chance to fight against Jay. This set also, of course, came with one of the collectible Jade Blades. There wasn't anything wrong with it, and for the most part, for $15, this was an extremely great set and just a really good deal in general too. Just barely coming in at number 4 is the Overboard Attack. The Overboard Attack was of course part of the rebooted wave, and it started the trend of the double bike set for $20. This set was the first of the double bike sets that came in at $20, and it featured a bike for Lloyd and Cyrus Borg, or in this case, Overborg. Cyrus Borg's bike was of course the real star of the show, featuring 2 saw blades which, if you had them angling touching the ground, would spin as you moved the bike, and then other 2 blades in the front. Lloyd's bike was also pretty good, but just nowhere near as crazy as Cyrus Borg's. The set also came with the just a garbage can, fire hydrant, and a ramp for Lloyd's bike to sort of go off, or if you really wanted to, you could put the Overboard bike off it. And in addition, it came with Cyrus Borg and Lloyd, and really, the version of Cyrus Borg here is crazy with his legs. In addition, Cyrus Borg is exclusive to the set, and just overall, the Overboard Attack was a very good set, but it just barely got edged out here to be put in the number 4 spot. It just wasn't quite enough to make it to number 3. Kai's Blade Cycle is the only set from the Winter Wave of 2012, or Rise of the Snakes, to make this list, and it comes in at number 3. Kai's Blade Cycle mainly featured, of course, the Blade Cycle, and the Blade Cycle had a transformation feature. If you press that top slope part, what would happen is that the sides would sort of split out, and it would create this cool little feature. In addition, the set also came with the Hypnobrai Snake Staff, which had a little shrine for it, which is nice. You get, a little bit of something for the villain. The set included 2 minifigures, Kai ZX and Ratla, and the set in general just barely edged out the Overboard Attack, mainly because it came with a collectible and it was cheaper. Overboard Attack didn't come with any Techno Blades, and the Blade Cycle did happen to come with a Hypnobrai staff for less, and that helped it get to number 3. However, it wasn't quite enough to make it into the top 2. However, the set still was very good and one of the best smaller Ninjago sets to ever come out. The Jungle Raider is another set that came out of the Tournament of Elements wave from 2015, and the set mainly featured the Jungle Raider itself. The Jungle Raider was a very cool vehicle for Lloyd, which had a lot of nice features. For example, if you press down that little gold lightsaber hilt at the top of the Jungle Raider, it would activate 2 spring-loaded shooters on the bottom. In addition, it also had suspension in the back. The set also came with a shrine for the Anaconda Warrior, or Kapow, which was pretty nice, so you could shoot at it to get the Jade Blade out, which added a nice bit of playability to it, and just in general it was really good. The minifigures included in this set was the tournament version of Lloyd, which was exclusive, and Kapow, which came in one other set. And overall, the set was really good. There wasn't really anything wrong with it, and it just barely came in at number 2. The top 4 was really, really close, but number 1 just barely edged out this one. Before we reveal our number 1 spot, we wanted to include a few honorable mentions. Lava Falls was a very good set that came out in the Tournament of Elements wave, and it was only $8 and featured a really cool function of being able to sort of just battle and collapse the bridge. Kai's Fire Mech was a very cheap mech from the final battle wave for only $10, which is one of the best smaller mechs we've ever gotten, and it was just really cool at the time. Ninja Bike Chase is another one of the double bike sets, which was also really cool and had some nice features, but wasn't quite as good as the Overboard Attack. And Desert Lightning is another one of those $20 double bike sets that also was very cool, had nice features, but wasn't quite as good as the Overboard Attack in our opinion. The Blaster Bike is the first and only set from the 2015 Summer Wave, better known as Possession, and it takes the number 1 spot mainly because of the balance of the set. The balance from the set between the good guy and the bad guy was very good. Cole had a blaster bike which had a lot of playability, being able to flip up those 2 stud shooters and just shoot them pretty much whenever you wanted to, and very easily as well, while still being able to drive around was very good. In addition, the bad guys had a dragon, which is really cool. It was something different and something we hadn't seen before, to include a mini dragon and set the battle against the good guy, but it was something very welcomed and very cool. In addition, the set came with an arrow blade for Kohl, it came with Cowler, 2 screamers, and possession version of Kohl. And just overall, it was the perfect $20 set, and there wasn't anything really wrong with it that you couldn't just, easily fix. Like, the main issue with it was that the bike had a little bit of trouble balancing, but you just moved down one of the exhaust pipes and fix that. Overall, this set was just very good. And that was our list for the top 10 LEGO Ninjago sets under $20. Since this is our first top 10 list, let us know how we did and ways we can improve it. Let us know if you disagreed with the list and leave your own list in the comments section below. And go ahead and feel free to leave any future ideas for lists in the comments section below, which we may make into future videos. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.